In this video, we are going to go over why the area formula for a trapezoid is what it is. Let's check out where we get it from. So, I've drawn for you just a very simple trapezoid. And I'm telling you it's a trapezoid even though I haven't shown that these two bases, base 1 and base 2, are parallel to each other. Let's assume that they are. Now, we know that the area formula from a previous video, as it's been introduced, for a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height, this h value, right? The height being the part that connects the two bases with a perpendicular line or a line that makes right angles to both bases. So it's 1/2 times the height times the sum of the two bases. All right, let's take a look at why that formula is the way it is. This is very cool and it's actually pretty quick. We're going to construct or make another trapezoid that is congruent to this one, meaning it is the same size and shape of this trapezoid, and we'll flip it and fit it perfectly right in on this end. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to do that with a dotted line. So I take basically this side length right here, B2, and I put it right up there. And then I take this slant right here, which will now end up on the other side and flipped. There you have it. So it's not drawn perfectly, but I've basically taken this, flipped it over so that base 1 is now down here, base 2 is now up here, and the height is still in the same exact spot, just flipped over. So that's h right there. That's all. So I've taken it and I attached it perfectly onto the other end. Now, what did we just form? Well, the figure that we just got is a parallelogram. Ooh. Well, what we want to show is that this is the area formula for a trapezoid. We're going to start with what the area of a parallelogram is. So the area of a parallelogram is base times the height. Well, let's take a look at this. This particular parallelogram has a height of h still, so we'll leave that as h. Okay, no problem. But the base, the entire base length is b1 plus b2, right? It's that entire length. If you were to walk from here to here, that'd be a length of b1 plus another b2 to get the entire base. So the base is b1 plus b2. Oh, so that's the base of the parallelogram times the height. And you might be looking at that saying, Mr. Groden, that's not the area formula for a trapezoid, and you're absolutely right, it's not. But here's what we need to consider. This is the area of the parallelogram, which includes two of those trapezoids. How many trapezoids do we want the area of? 1. So we'd have to split this number in half. And then if we rearrange all our numbers, because multiplication is commutative, we'd have 1/2 the height times b1 plus b2. And you might say, how can you just reorder numbers like that? Well, remember, that's a number, so is this, and so is that. And if I multiply 2 times 3 times 7, that's the same as 7 times 3 times 2. Multiplication is commutative. And we end up with our area formula for a trapezoid. Super awesome. That's it. I wanted to show you that our formula doesn't come from just nowhere. It comes from the area of a parallelogram. So all our area formulas, which build off the area of a rectangle, build off of each other. Awesome stuff.